8542 Cordial Street in Elko. I'm going to go ahead and do a quick inspection here. Majority of the wood around the home looks pretty good. The back of the house is kind of rough, just from the sun damage. Sounds like there's minor termite damage that needs to be replaced, but for the most part, the home is very well maintained. And the overhang, the wood, the fascia looks okay. Here at the front, there is some cracking that could be the structural integrity of the wood's still there. It's just the paint that's failing. We do have drip edge, and we have what appears to be 2 layers of old roofing material up here. Drip edge tells us that this roof is maybe 25 years old or newer. So we come up here and we're at the south side. We start to see a little bit of shine at the edge of the shingle. That's typical for standard wear and tear that happens on a shingle. And then we start to see the more evidence that there is, in fact, at least one other layer underneath this. The shingle spacing looks good. The stagger looks good. If we come over here, it looks like there was a little bit of a problem created with the patio cover, and that's what pulled these shingles out. But what this did expose is that the nailing pattern, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 nails. Nailing pattern actually looks good on this roof. And so nothing that totally jumps out there. Ridge caps are always going to wear out first on a roof, and those for sure are gone. The whirlybirds were replaced when this layer of roof was added. The skylights actually look like they're flashed properly. We got step flashing down the sides, we got saddle metal down at the bottom, and saddle metal up at the top. That looks good. Those T-tops are new, but then they did not reflash those. And then we find the fundamental issue. Fundamental issue is this. It's called a shiner. That is a nail right there, and it's popping up through the shingles. Once we find one, we start to look for more. We found another one right there. We found 3 or 4 on this side, and the more we look, the more we find. And then we start to look at the shingles themselves from low down low. There's one right there. And we see that the shingles are being held up. And what that means is there's a lot of nails that are backing out of the plywood and poking up through the top layer of roofing material. We come over here and we lift this, and sure enough, those nails are high. And that is creating a massive problem on this roof. And it means I'm going to recommend that we replace this roof. There's no way to fix that. That is a fundamental issue. And this roof is not waterproof and has to be replaced. We look around on this roof and we start to see a lot of cracking. And that cracking is a premature failure of the shingle caused by diluting the asphalt with lye. And they were doing that in the late 90s to early 2000s. Doesn't mean that that's causing a failure in the roof now, but it definitely won't last as long as it should. So based on all those issues, I definitely got to recommend replacing this roof.